MidwestMixtapes.com, the #1 website for Midwest rap. MidwestMixtapes.com. They promote and market albums, mixtapes, singles, and videos. MidwestMixtapes.com. They can get you on DJ conference calls, blogs, and email blasts. MidwestMixtapes.com. They work with several magazines, college radio campaigns, and street teams in multiple cities.
What's good? This is Kelby Cannon, publisher of Making It Magazine, here to let all my independent artists, producers, and DJs know about MakingItMag.com. Not only are we Atlanta's #1 magazine for the urban music industry, but we're a national platform that provides real opportunities, real exposure, and real industry connection. Just log on to MakingItMag.com. Sign up for your membership and start submitting music to get booked on major shows, magazine features, radio interviews, sponsorships, and more great opportunities. That's MakingItMag.com. Doing dope stuff for dope artists. 10 years strong.
You nominated us, and you voted.
And thanks to you, our loyal listeners,
we are the Southern Entertainment Awards Radio Station of the Year 2016.
Yeah, you know what it is.
K100 Radio.
Yeah, man. It's your record breaking cool running DJ Just Swag, man, and you can catch me each and every Friday right here, bringing you the best of independent artist news, music updates, events, topics, and conversation.
Think they know somebody who's got some dope music or project and just need to get on the radio?
Man, all you got to do is hit me, swag, tracks, and vocals at gmail.com. That's swag, 2 G's, tracks, and vocals at gmail.com. You can always link with me. Hit me on IG, hit me on Snapchat at IDJSwag, 2 G's, and we can get it popping. Don't forget, Just Swag TV, each and every Friday from 11 to 12 p.m. right here on K100Radio.com. Yeah, man.
In 3, 2, 1.
It's Street Anthems, bitch. Come on. Music certified by the streets.
This your man DJ Will Money. Catch my mix show Street Anthems live right here on this station. I'm playing the hottest hip-hop and R&B music. I'm also showing love to all the independent artists with the Indie Spotlight segment. So tune in to your favorite station right here. Let's get it.
Hey, yo. Street Anthems live mix show.
Yeah, keep it locked.
Get live with DJ Will Money.
You know how we get down.
The biggest hits right here. Okay, let's get it, boy.
Get 'em up.
This is K100 Radio with the hottest hip-hop and R&B mixes. You are tuned to K100 Radio.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man. What's good, everybody? What's happening? What's up?
K100, you bastard.
All right, K100 Radio. I'm your host, Blizzard. Thanks for tuning in to the show. This is another segment. This is another one of our points of view shows. Oh, let me get my background music going. This is another one of our points of views over here on K100 Radio. This is the first time we're going to be doing it live on YouTube. So if you guys rock with YouTube, if you want to see the Facebook Live that you would normally see over on Facebook, we're kind of getting away from Facebook. We're also going to be getting away from Instagram because Facebook and Instagram have started to really constrain content creators, especially when it comes down to music. So our Ill or Kill segment from now on will definitely be found over on our YouTube page. I really hope and invite for you to go over to our YouTube page right now, if you can, and pull up on us over there. Just check it out. Go over there to the chat. Check out the chat feature. It looks like it's coming through broadcasting pretty clear right now over there on our YouTube page. It's really easy to find our YouTube page. Just go to the link in our bio, and it's not hard to find. But if you can, make sure you save that link. I'm going to start sharing that link a lot, but we're going to be moving the platform off of Instagram Live and Facebook just because they're really cracking down on playing music. It doesn't matter if it used to didn't really matter unless it was a major artist, but now they don't want you playing anything. 90 seconds of music, and that's it. they're gonna send you a content warning and block your stream. So YouTube is much more laxed on that, and so that's why right now we are actually doing this live stream, broadcasting it live over there on our YouTube channel, and we're going to be continuing to do that. We're going to gradually shut down the Instagram live and Facebook live feeds, just because we want to migrate people over there to the YouTube channel. So please go find our YouTube page, and you can actually watch this live broadcast the same way you would do it on our Facebook live stream. All right. As far as everybody that's listening over there on our mobile app, listening to us on TuneIn Radio, I appreciate that. And of course, if you're listening to this after the fact by way of our podcast on Spotify or watching the replay on YouTube, we appreciate it just the same. Thanks everybody for tuning in over there on the Instagram live feed. So today is another Points of View on K100 Radio. And I got to tell you guys, fam, you know, this past week has been completely crazy. Completely crazy. All right. 347-934-0966. That's the number to dial into the show. 347-934-0966. All right. That is the number to dial into the show. That's the number that you can hit us up on. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on the screen over there for the people over there on who may be looking over on our YouTube channel. 347-934-0966. I'm also gonna put the number over here. All right. On the Instagram live feed. All right. So you guys can call in. Because what I'm going to be talking about tonight, of course, unless you've been living under a rock, all right, is everything that's been going down, all right, with the riots, everything that has happened in the wake of George Floyd being murdered by the police. All right. And make no mistake about it. George Floyd was murdered by the police. All right. All right. It's one cop that literally asphyxiated him with his knee. Two other cops held the rest of his body down so he couldn't move. So they're accessories to murder. And then we have another cop that stood there and watched the whole thing and didn't intervene. Another quote unquote sworn officer of the fucking law who watched everything go down. And so he's also a fucking accomplice to fucking murder. All right. So we've got a person who actually killed this person, and 3 people who actually are accessories to murder. All right. Now, those are realistic charges. It's going to be hard to get those other officers charged with actual murder. All right. So we're going to just be realistic and say, at the very least, we're going to probably slap them with an accessory to murder charge. All right. Especially the guys that were actually helping hold his body down. Lexa Drew, what's going on? What's happening? You guys make sure you check me out over there on the YouTube stream, because as you guys know, I'm not doing the Facebook stream anymore, and we're going to be shutting down this Instagram feed. So what's up, Lexa Drew? If you can, hop over there to our YouTube channel. Let me know how that's sounding over there. If you can, and let me know what that looks like. Looks like everything is cool over there right now. All right, but again, 347-934-0966. That is the number to dial into the show. I want you guys to hit the phone lines up. All right, the phone lines are open, 347-934-0966. And so I'm going to be talking about pretty much in this segment everything that's going on with the reaction to the riots. All right, one main thing everybody has to understand. I've already been pissed off pretty much most of the week, all right? And I've been pissed off because there's been a lot of people who want to blame everything that's happening as far as these riots on the people that are rioting. And don't get me wrong, if you burn something down yourself, you're going to go to jail for it, probably, if you get caught with arson. If you bust out bricks and they catch you, you steal something, you loot, they catch you. If you're out there protesting, you get caught right there or they catch you, you're going to go to jail. You're doing the act. But everybody has to understand that everything that's happening right now in America is a reaction to an action. All right? It's a reaction to a man being murdered in cold blood on video. And it's not just that murder. All right? It's not just that murder. It's also the murder of Breonna Taylor. Yeah, all right? It's the murder of Eric Garner. All right? Mike Brown. See, this is, and we can, it doesn't even have to be by the hands of the police. People in this country are just sick of America's racist bullshit. People are just fed up with it. No one, people are just, we've been fed up with it, but now people are acting out. And all of this is a direct result of systemic racism in America and police brutality. All right? That's why people's buildings are getting burned down. That's why people are looting. That's why people are protesting in the streets. That's why a punk-ass president, I guess if that's what you want to call him, flexing today, talking about he gonna bring the military in, when it's actually mostly, it's partly his fault in the first place that we're even here, because all he's been doing since he's been in office is stoking racism. All right? He's contributed to all of this shit with his rhetoric. Okay? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a reaction to an action. Case after case after case. All right? Ahmaud Arbery just also got murdered by two white guys. One that used to be a cop, thought he still wanted to play cop and play police, chased him down, murdered him and his son. They locked up. All right? So, I want everybody to understand that everything that's going on right now. Thank you, Promo Diva Tip. She said she got that YouTube up on the on her TV. So she said that it's good over there. I see Vina over there. I know it's going to take a little bit of acclimation to get you guys to kind of get with us over there on the YouTube channel, but you got to migrate with us because we got to move it over there because they're starting to clamp down on us over here on Instagram and Facebook, especially Illa Kid. We can't even do the show anymore, hardly over here. But points of view can be done. That's why I still got this Instagram live feed up over here. So I appreciate you guys for coming over here real quick, rocking with us. All right. But please make sure you check out that YouTube channel and subscribe so you can get the notifications. All right. It'll just be one link. You use that same link all the time, every time we go live. All right. So it'll just boom, pop right up. All right. So listen, anyway, back to the show. All right. So 347-934-0966. That's the number to dial into the show. 347-934-0966. I'd like to hear anybody, how you feel about everything that's going on. A couple of questions that I would like to ask you, address, all right, is A, do you feel like the rioters are justified? That's one burning question that's been eating me up all week. Because I personally believe they could have burned all that shit down. And everybody's like, why would you say that? That's illegal. And listen. I know what they're doing, all things being equal, isn't necessarily right. But what I'm not going to do is go out of my way to criticize these people, because all of these people are even in this position to be rioting. Even if you're talking about it's got Antifa cells inside of it, white supremacists. Listen, even if that's true, even if those people are mingled in with the protesters, making more havoc, making it look like it's worse than what it really is, even if that's true, none of them would even be out on the streets right now today if those damn cops hadn't killed that man. All of this is a reaction. Everything that you're seeing right now is a reaction, fam. None of this stuff, bro. Last week we've been on quarantine for like 2 months. They were starting to loosen the quarantine. Nobody was talking about go rioting. They was happy to go outside. Everybody was like, "Yo, so on, fam." Everybody's hoping their favorite, if the club can't open, maybe their favorite restaurant, maybe their favorite bar. Nobody last weekend was thinking about rioting in the middle of the fucking streets in no American city. All of this shit happened because that pig killed George Floyd, and those other pigs killed Breonna Taylor, and those two punk-ass white boys killed Ahmaud Arbery. All that shit happened right behind each other. And motherfucker, it was a tipping point. It was a tipping point. If nobody in their right mind could tell me, honest to God, that last weekend they just knew some shit like this was finna happen. No, the fuck you didn't. You're a liar. Nobody knew that, fam. All of this is happening because these pigs keep getting away with murder. And a whole bunch of other racist shit that goes on in America, spelled with 3 Ks, not a C. Okay? Make no mistake about it. So while I feel like the looters are technically wrong, hey, even if they, because I'm pretty sure it's some implants in those crowds down there to cause havoc just to make everything anarchy. We got anarchists, all right? That's cool. Some white supremacists down there acting like they really care for the cause. They really just want to get a lot of niggas locked up. We know that. That's been a trick they've been doing for years. But make no mistake, nobody would even be in a position to even do any of it if George Floyd hadn't been murdered on video. 347-934-0966. I'm going to go to the phone lines real quick. I'm going to play a couple of news clips. Because y'all got to understand, man. Area code 678-532. Welcome to K100 Radio. Who's this?
I'm a Diva Tip checking in.
Tip, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in. All right, Tip. First question I got for you is, what do you feel about the riots? Are you one of the people that feel like, and listen, our mayor in Atlanta, Keisha Bottoms, T.I., Killer Mike, a lot of people came on there and said, no, don't burn the city down. It's wrong. Hey, man, they right. They right. It is wrong, but why the fuck is any of this happening? Go ahead, Tip. Go ahead and tell me what do you feel about. I just want to know what you feel about the whole part about rioting. We can talk about everything, but I'm kind of pissed at the amount of black people that I see saying just really be extra critical about rioters and looting and all that, saying that's not gonna do nothing. Maybe it won't do nothing, but maybe it will. But the point is, none of it will be happening if the police will be in check in the first place. People are in the streets rioting and have the opportunity to loot because you kept letting the police get away with murder. But go ahead, Tip. What do you got to say about that?
I think that there's hidden propaganda, and we're all just being used as puppets to accomplish what they want to achieve.
Who was they? And what do they want to achieve?
The government. The government.
What they want to achieve, Tip, by doing this? What are they gaining?
Smoke and mirrors to keep us from voting, because once again, it's such a major election. And by having and I feel like look at the events that have occurred thus far. The coronavirus was out there, and they showed us how active it was.
Right.
Do you hear coronavirus anything in the media now? No. All you hear is rioting. I felt like with Corona was put out there for population control. And they did not hit that number they wanted to hit with the population control. Mm-hmm. So then they hit their next target of turning black people against black people by killing a black man. Mm-hmm.
But the riots
began as a reaction.
Tip, hold on. That's what pisses me off, because first and foremost, I'm gonna let you finish your points. But one thing, if anything, I kind of feel like I definitely can't agree with the part where you're saying they did all this to make people not vote. If anything, this probably gonna make people who was like fuck voting vote. Which way they're gonna sway, I don't know. But I would think that something like this would actually make the younger people be like, fuck this, man. I need to actually go vote. Hopefully it has that effect. I would think that, but beyond that, you just said something that's key to me, which is what I'm seeing online. You just said they did this, kill a black man, to turn black people against each other. Why the fuck would that even be and you're right, it's happening, but that's what pisses me off about all of it. It's like, listen, fam, why would that even be an option in the back of a that's a bigger problem in and of itself.
The fact reason that they think that it is an option and a backup is because many years ago, one of the white men in democracy said black people are the biggest weapon. And if we're too distracted to go out and vote, the weapon is not being utilized for the change to come. Mm-hmm. The early voting is June 9th.
Yeah.
If everybody's in the street rioting, looting, protesting, and locked up, who's voting?
All right. That's a good point.
8 days away.
Yeah, that's a good point. But at the end of the day, that still shouldn't have black people on social media overtly and openly criticizing other black people who are protesting and maybe looting. Maybe we've got tons of evidence that it ain't even all black people down there, number one, protesting, number two, looting, All right, it's white people down there that's good protesters, whatever you want to call that, the ones that ain't doing nothing but really trying to just express themselves, and we got white people down there tearing up shit too. So it's not even just all. So why would that be a reason for black people to be turning against each other? If anything, this should be a moment in time where we are all together. And I say, as a black man, if you're a black person and you feel like you want to go down there and fuck some shit up, I personally don't give a fuck. I honestly don't. Listen, the only thing I can say about it is, please, let's not fuck up where you live at, and let's not fuck up any other black-owned businesses. But when Target got looted, and AutoZone and the police precinct got shut down and got overran, you would have think we was down there burning the Martin Luther King Center. All right, black people were up in arms. That's just so crazy. That's just so stupid. Why? What? Hold on. Why are those people even down there in the first place? Pissed the fuck off. All right, in the first place, they're down there right now because we just watched a man get murdered on video again, choked out by the police, begging for his life, saying he can't breathe again. Had that not happened, they wouldn't be down there. So frankly, I was of the opinion, and I don't know how you feel, Tip, but I'm of the opinion, fuck those TVs, fuck those buildings, fuck those stores, fuck those purses, laptops, whatever the fuck get stolen, whatever the fuck get burnt down, get burnt the fuck down. Oh, well. Oh, well. I'm not going to lose any fucking sleep about it. I'll lose sleep about George Floyd and about Breonna Taylor. I absolutely positively don't give a shit about a building being burned down. The only thing I pause on is that if that's one of our buildings. All right? But if it's some multi-billion-dollar corporation, who gives a shit if their shit gets burned? I don't even care. I really don't. But go ahead. What do you got to say about that?
As far as the looting and the rioting, that is to continue to draw the distraction. A lot of it has been proven that even though there were black people forming down there to protest, that they were actually going to protest. They weren't going to riot. There's videos of groups of young black men that were handed bricks from a car full of white people.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a whole form of puppetry. There's videos of the anarchies that are hidden throughout the crowd. There's videos of police in the crowd.
Yep.
And somebody made a really good point. We're seeing the videos of these buildings on fire, but we're not seeing video of anybody starting those fires.
Right. But guess what,
Which
Tip?
clearly shows the fires are being started on the inside, and more than likely, they're the white people starting them. See, one of the things about the black race is there's so much envy to do what the next one is doing. We'll go together to do something, but really it's only one person doing it, and the white people are using that as a form of puppetry.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you say it's puppetry. I say it's all a fucking reaction, and it's all cause and effect. Even if it is some puppetry in there, Tip, guess what? Those white boys wouldn't even have the opportunity to ride downtown and hand out bricks to those black dudes because they wouldn't even be there. They'd be at a fucking barbecue or a bar somewhere minding their fucking business had that fucking cop not killed George Floyd. Do you understand that point?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
But that's where I say I think they've thought about it a little bit farther than we've thought about it because a lot of people aren't aware. Yesterday was the anniversary of the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre.
Yeah. But, I mean, people are just
so
finding out.
It made me question what was the event that led up to that. Because it's history repeating itself.
So you feel like George Floyd's death was itself mapped out. You think that just you don't hold on. You don't think I'm gonna disagree with you. You don't think, Tip, that was just being a fucking punk ass cop who's already got a history of getting away with that shit, who's already been investigated more than once for police brutality. You don't think that was just a fucking cop who was just being a fucking bitch ass pig, and this time the shit got filmed and blew up? Because that's what I think it is. I think
it's deeper than that.
I don't think a goddamn thing was planned. I think that fucking pig is a pig, and his ass got caught on camera, and now the shit done hit the fan, and now everybody want to come up with all these motherfucking excessive theories and shit. No, the problem is the police. The problem is the police. The problem is systemic racism. Okay? I'm not even finna give these motherfuckers the foresight and just, I'm not even going there with you. I'm not even gonna sit here and say, yeah, this was all mapped out. They just sacrificed. No, fuck that. That pig was being a pig, and that shit got caught on camera, and it was a whole bunch of other series of events like Breonna Taylor, like Ahmaud Arbery, that led up to this shit boiling over. They didn't expect that shit, but it happened. It happened. And then Antifa, white supremacists, and all the other shit, they slid in and do what they always do. They already have these plans. Now they pre-planned, they already on deck for whenever people feel like whenever there's a riot or something, they ready to play their part. Add a little bit of anarchy on top of it, pour a little gas on the flame. But even the white supremacists and Antifa wasn't the spark. The spark was the police. The problem is the police. The problem is the laws that allow police to kill people with impunity. That shit's been on the book. That shit, if that's been planned, that shit was planned 400 fucking years ago. You understand, Tip? I understand what you saying. You saying it like, nah. They sat there and said, well, we gonna go ahead and just let this dude kill this dude and let no. That dude right there, he ain't even that smart. He just a pig. And this shit just got caught. He just got caught. You feel what I'm saying? And at that moment, that person filmed it, and we got social media now, and that shit took off. You feel me? Because he's done it before.
That's the case of the matter, there's been so many other deaths that have been filmed and been brought to light and been on media and been on TV, and it wasn't time for an election and nothing happened then.
That's the point,
that's what makes
Tip.
me think it's a little bit deeper.
No, Tip. No. Listen to me. I need for y'all, because people who think about these conspiracies, some conspiracies I can go with, fam. I need y'all that's doing these conspiracies to just pump your brakes and listen to me. This is America. You understand me? This it doesn't have to be planned out, Tip. It's America. You don't have to plan out. You don't have to plan out a fucking pig killing a black man thinking he's gonna get away with it, because in America, that's just what we do. That's just how America is. You don't have to plan that out nefariously and think that shit all the way through. How are we gonna make this work? No, motherfucker. It happened in every city, all the time. Minneapolis is the same place where Philando Castile was killed. Shot the whole fucking car, shot the fuck up. Same shit. Oh, but when that cop shot that white girl, his ass was out of here ASAP. That Somali cop up in Minneapolis. Remember that? See, this is America. Yeah. I don't want you guys to start thinking that this was awesome. No, you don't have to plan this shit out, bro. This is America. America allows this shit to go on 24/7. It always goes on, so you don't have to plan out something when it's the norm. That's the problem. The problem is the shit is a norm. Stand by, Tip. Stand by. Don't hang up, but I'll come back to your phone lines in a minute. All right. 347-934-0966. This is K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K100, you bad.
It's not even that deep, fam. The reason why it's not that deep, y'all, America has been doing this. The whole point of the reason why I don't give a fuck about those buildings burning down, I don't give a fuck about. I don't care if these little kids go over there and tear all that shit up. You feel me? As long as they understand it's gonna be some repercussions to whatever you doing. But guess what? I ain't their mom and their dad, and I'm not here to police them anyway. But I'm not here to quail them down. I'm not here to tell them to stand down. No, fuck that. No. I'm not here to tell them. Who am I to tell them to stand down? See, I got the privilege of being a 43-year-old motherfucker, right? You know what I'm saying? Who got things, live in a nice home, don't even live downtown. I live in Metro Atlanta on the outskirts. It's a little drive down, about 15 minutes. You feel me? I got the luxury of having a platform. My own way that I can protest. My own way I can contribute. All right? Bring guests on, bring people on, let them voice their opinion. That's what we do. I'm a media outlet. I run a media outlet. I got my own way. I can write articles. I can post this. I can do that. Because people listen to what I say. Not millions of people, but enough. That makes it valid. I don't have to necessarily go down there and protest. But a lot of other people don't have this outlet. Matter of fact, most people don't have this outlet. So most people got to express themselves how they feel. And they feeling like burning some shit down. They feeling like tearing some shit up. They feel like just taking. Because everything, they feel attacked, and they feel like people are taking shit from them. Now, again, you've got these agents. You've got these other people in there playing their role, doing little slick shit too. Yes, but the only reason why it's all available, the only reason why Antifa or whoever the hell else, you want to say the white supremacists riding around giving people bricks. Why would you take the brick, nigga? But then again, why won't you take the brick? Right? You're already down here. Fuck it. Right? But why are you down there, fam? You feel me? Why are the people down there in the first place? Nobody was thinking about rioting last weekend. I had a conversation with my homeboys. This weekend, they was planning a barbecue. All right. One of the homies' favorite bar was opening back up. He like, bro, we gotta go hit that little. I'm weary. Like, I'm still weary about doing that. Now, people talking about where did the coronavirus go? Let me tell you something. When it come down to the news, I actually run a media outlet. When shit changing, and this ain't even CNN, CNN, whoever the fuck else. If you're talking about the coronavirus and 40-something million people being jobless, you feel what I'm saying? 440 millions of people losing their job. And when you talking about all that shit right there, that shit's still going on. I still see news stories about that. People keep saying, oh, the coronavirus is gone. No. The social media narratives have changed. But if you look at reputable media outlets, look at any reputable media outlet that's huge. We're talking HuffPost, we're talking CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, anybody that has a staff of writers that they pay people to do. Is somebody still on the coronavirus? Every time you go to one of their home pages, that shit's up there. They talking about the coronavirus. They talking about 100,000 people done died. That's what Trump bitch ass don't want us talking about. Honestly. But it's still happening. They don't even want us to talk about the fact that the coronavirus ended up killing more black people than white people. And now black people out there all compressed and combined together protesting. If anything, I'm more concerned about that than I am about fucking Target and those goddamn TVs. Listen, man, fuck those TVs. Fuck those items. People are out there mad because human beings are dying. That's what everybody has to understand. Nobody was thinking about doing any of this, but it's a tipping point. It's a tipping point, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Everything has a boil over point. And everything, it was just a couple of different events that happened back to back to back. And y'all know this. It wasn't, I think maybe if George Floyd had happened and Breonna Taylor didn't and Ahmaud Arbery didn't, all within a month's time, maybe we wouldn't be here right now. Because frankly, America has a high tolerance for black people getting killed. Unlike dogs. White lady up in New York tried to straight up lie on the black man, say she was getting, oh my God, I'm getting assaulted. Shut up, Karen. Shit didn't work. But they was more mad that she was choking the fucking dog out than the fact that she sat over there and called the police and lied on that man. You notice that? She got fired and they took the dog, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they took the dog. This country has a high tolerance for black people. All right? Getting murdered by the police. All right? And there's another thing I got to point out that really, really makes me mad about black. See, I'm not necessarily here. I'm one-sided. I'm unapologetically pro-black. You can call me a racist if you try to formulate it and take everything really and just make it look like and say, oh, Blizzum is obviously a racist. I'm not, though. I'm not. I am prejudiced. Not a racist. Probably can pin me down good on the true definition of prejudice. You probably can get me right there. It'd be hard for me to wiggle my way out of it based on everything that I said and done. Prejudice, I'm gonna have to lay with that, fam. It is what it is. This is K100 Radio. So I might be prejudiced because I'm for us. And I'm seeing too much of us get mad at us about some shit that we should be getting mad at each other about right now. No black person right now should be opening a punk ass mouth talking about what about when black people kill black people. If you don't shut your fucking coon ass up, nigga, or woman, shut the entire fuck up. All of you can shut the fuck up right now. And I mean that shit. Nobody wants to hear from you niggas right now. At all, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the time. Because this is the time where that shit ain't got nothing to do with any of this. Because we've got police officers killing black people unjustly. We don't have two dope boys getting into a fight by who shorted who on the work, or two dudes out here getting into a fight by who stepped on somebody's shoes, or who fucking who broad, or anything like all that regular ass civilian on civilian crime. Ain't no such thing as black on black crime, civilian on civilian crime. We talking about sworn officers of the law who we pay taxes to protect and serve us, murdering people and getting away with it. I need you simple-minded motherfuckers to understand that it is a complete different scenario. Why in the fuck are you even juxtaposing that with black on black crime? Please shut the fuck up. Thank you. And keep it pushing. I don't want to hear from you motherfuckers. I just don't. Short fuse with you people right now. Short fuse with you people right now. All right? I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is none of this will be happening had, and again, I don't even think that if George Floyd would have been the only person within the last month that was a national news story about being murdered by an officer of the law, if it was just one person in 2020, we might not even be here, fam. Right now, we might not even be rioting. We might be at the club. You'll have a couple protests. You have a couple social media posts. But if it was just George Floyd, if it was just him, I just don't think it'd be this big. It's this big because it was a continual set of events that led up to it. Pushed it over the edge. Pushed it over the edge, bro. But I didn't do it. Most of you watching, listening to this, pretty sure you didn't do it. It wasn't my doing. It wasn't your doing. Shit. It was the police. It was the police. 347-934-0966. Now, the Breonna Taylor murder, I was harping on that when I first found out about it, bro, because it's just so fucked up. And George Floyd's death is bad. That video is bad. But George, the police came to a confrontation. We don't even know, was it $20? Was it a counterfeit bill? Who the fuck cares? He's dead now. And it was over some frivolous shit that happened in a store. But he was out in the streets. Something happened, whether he did it or not. He was out. When you're a black man and you go out in this country, you a fucking fool if you don't automatically have in the back of your mind, shit could go left at any given moment because you're a black man in this country. Obviously, that's the case. Nobody's going to argue. Why would you argue with me about some shit like that when we've got enough examples to prove that that's a true statement? You could be minding your fucking business. Or you could get into a minor confrontation and be murdered by the police who are supposed to protect and serve you over a minor confrontation. Selling cigarettes on the side of the street, walking down the street with a blunt in your ear. Jogging through somebody's neighborhood. So, Breonna Taylor was at home, fam. Breonna Taylor was at home, minding her own business. Her whole job is to protect people. She's an EMT. Chilling at the house. The police kick in their door, kick in the wrong door, looking for a person that's already in custody with a no-knock warrant, which right there, let's stop right here. Let's stop right there. First and fucking foremost, It's systemic bullshit like that exists while we keep coming back here. Something like a no-knock warrant, all right? Unless you're known, unless they're running up in the cartel's house, MS-13 and some shit, something ridiculous, just completely the mob, somebody where you know probably on the other side of that door is going to be multiple armed people that you know will open fire on the police. If you announce yourself, a fucking no-knock warrant shouldn't even exist. And that's the problem. That's the point I'm trying to get you to understand. Shit like that has to change. Or we're going to keep ending up here, bro. No-knock warrant. Busting the door. You know what I'm going to do if somebody kick in my fucking door at 2 o'clock in the morning, fam? I'm going to be doing the same thing Breonna Taylor boyfriend was doing. Because you didn't knock on my door. Clayton County Police, Atlanta Police, Minneapolis Police. Hey, at that point, I can click my goddamn doorbell video. Hey, bro, what the fuck y'all doing? What's? At least I can see who you are. I can talk to you before you even get in my house. On my fucking doorbell, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if you kick my fucking door in at 2 o'clock in the morning, unannounced, I'm going to shoot at you. You fucking right. Why would I not? What the fucking whole point of me even having a firearm is for, if not for that. So the boyfriend opened fire because he didn't know who the fuck that was. And these reckless pigs opened fire, killed Breonna Taylor. And they're in the wrong house looking for a motherfucker that's already in custody. Now listen, them boys ain't in jail. I need you to understand them boys ain't in jail. Them boys ain't even been arrested. Do you understand that? Only one of the cops who assisted in the murder of George Floyd is in jail. One. It was two other people holding his arm and his legs down. That's why he couldn't get free and save his own fucking life. Because obviously that bitch that had his knee on his throat couldn't handle him by herself. Needed two other motherfuckers holding his arms and his legs down. So now, Breonna Taylor's dead because of what? Bullshit. Laws that are set up to keep this authoritarian police force intact to protect the rich and the elite and the powerful, the senators, the governors, the multimillionaires, the dickheads like Donald Trump. So we can't run up in that motherfucker and burn the fucking White House down. That's their whole role. They're obviously the police are supposed to protect and serve, but the laws are formulated to protect them when they don't do that, when they do the exact opposite. People say, Blizzard, why you say fuck the police? Well, I got to. I can't say fuck the bad cops. Was the little Asian cop a bad cop that sat there and watched that man get choked to death? He was just sitting there with that little stupid ass fucking smirk on his face, looking. Was he a good cop or a bad cop? Little Asian, little chubby fuck boy. What was he? He ain't touch him. We didn't see him touch Floyd. But the other girl sat there begging him, telling him, man, you see, he can't breathe. Don't do drugs, kids. Man, I slap you in your fucking mouth, you fat bitch. Fuck is wrong with you, cuz? He's a fucking cop, too. He's part of the problem. He's a fucking pig. He's a bad cop. And a whole bunch of other ones is. So when I say fuck the police, it's all those motherfuckers like that. I ain't got time to, nigga, let God sort them out, nigga. I ain't got time for it. Fuck them. All of them. Go together. Fuck them. Until y'all fix it. It's gonna be fuck all of them until y'all fix it. You gotta fix it. Until you fix it, I'm not gonna respect it. How can I respect the institution of the police when I know for a fact, unless somebody, bro, if you ain't even got this shit on video, if it don't even go viral, I definitely ain't getting no justice as a black man if I'm shot by the police. The only way I may get some justice is if it go viral, is if all that shit come out on the internet. and the right person pick it up, and it becomes a real thing. It becomes a real story. 347-934-0966. That's the number to dial into the show. So the Breonna Taylor situation really, really made me madder than George Floyd when it first came out. It's just that George Floyd's video hit you in the gut. Because the man down there begging for his mama. You understand me? It hit you in the gut. That's why you see a lot of these white folks even still like, oh my God. Like, that's just, it's cutting them a little bit too. Some of the decent white folks cutting them a little bit too. It's cutting them a little bit too. Some of them. The decent ones. You got to sort them out yourself too. I don't know. So I understand. I understand why those kids are down there fucking up shit. Why they went down there. Now, why those other people are down there throwing bricks and spray painting and causing more chaos and anarchy? Because that's what they do. But guess what? Wouldn't even have that chance to do it. Wouldn't even have the chance to do it, fam. If these fucking police didn't kill George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, if them fucking punk-ass white boys, a former cop, didn't chase Ahmaud Arbery down and kill him, all that shit happened together, right behind each other. And now shit's on fire. And it's old to fuck well. BSG Records says my whole point about all of this. They're not even attempting to come up with a solution to change the laws or nothing. That's what's making it. That's why, bruh. That whole point right there is why I just can't sit here and go back and forth with these motherfuckers who feel like it's okay right now to criticize those people that's rioting or talk about black on black crime or any of that bullshit, bro. Because all these motherfucking bitch ass motherfuckers on the TV, Trump punk ass, all these motherfuckers, all they doing is giving us lip service about what's going on. Ain't nobody telling us what laws are you finna take up to Congress right now to have them immediate. You got time to sign a fucking executive order to call the military in for a fucking photo op, you fat bitch. I'm talking about y'all punk ass president. You got time to make sure the National Guard come in there to protect your fucking pussy ass, but you ain't got time to draft up an executive order saying any cop that get caught in a shooting and ain't got their body cammed on, you immediately fired and we investigate you, and you fired with no pay. Right now. Do that. Ella says, your conscience will weigh on you. Obviously not with a lot of these white folks. I beg to differ. You think Donald Trump conscience is weighing on him right now with all those fucking people that was just peacefully protesting that he just ordered the people to get tear gas for? So he can take a picture in front of a building with the Bible? This son of a bitch was that just happened. You think that motherfucker had a conscience about that? Niggas, you crazy? A conscience? Who? Oh, you mean that conscience you developed when you're on your deathbed and you 80-something years old, but back when you was like a teenager, you told a whole bunch of white boys that some little black boy touched you. His name was Emmett Till. And he get lynched. But when you're on your deathbed, you get a motherfucking conscience. Before I die, I want to tell the truth. Ho, burn in hell, you old white bitch. I give a fuck about her last minute chat with God. That kind of conscience you talking about, nigga? That's on conscience. I can see. What you mean? What conscience? Donald Trump ain't got no conscience. He don't give a fuck about none of the shit they doing. Did it look like that motherfucker had a conscience when he had his motherfucking knee on that man's neck with his hands in his pocket chilling? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here with that shit. A conscience. If motherfuckers in America had a conscience, this shit wouldn't be going on 400 years later. A conscience. America? Nigga, please.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
Fuck out of here, fam. Conscious. 347-934-0966. So it's been a lot of shit going on. It's Down in Atlanta, Keisha Bottoms, and I told you guys, T.I., I didn't have a chance to load up the clip, but it had some words to say about, I really meant to load that clip up, but I just didn't have time. They had some words to say about the violence here in Atlanta. They was basically saying, don't tear up your own city. Don't tear up your own neighborhood. Actually, they took that shit to Buckhead. Broke into icebox jewelry, a whole bunch of shit up there where the rich people stay with it, where they really don't live at. You know what I'm saying? Technically, they didn't tear up their own hood. They fucked some shit up. But they ain't even take it to the west side. They was up there in Buckhead. Y'all was still mad at them, though. Because y'all wanted them to go home. Keisha told them to go home. Don't do that. Not understanding that. Why you saying that? You basically giving these people those nice little news clips that they kept running over and over the next day. Mad respect for T.I. Killer Mike. Mad respect for Keisha Bottoms. But I knew they were going to take that one part that you said and just loop it over and over to make other people jump on the bandwagon of criticizing the rioters and the protesters and the looters. I still ain't heard that executive order ordering all police to turn their body cams on, and you'll get fired with no pay if you get caught with it off. If you get caught with your body cam off, you fired. 30-day suspension, no pay. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care what happened. That body camera's on, you immediately going home without pay. If you get your job back. Immediately. Stroke of a pen. That's it. All these little executive orders and everybody coming up with right now. Ain't nobody's telling me. I ain't heard nobody come up with no executive orders, no goddamn drafts for their congressmen, none of that shit. Ain't nobody saying none of that shit. But they got a whole bunch of ways to stop the looting. Bitch, how about you stop the looting before it even start in the first fucking place, motherfucker, and fix the shit that keep causing the riots? Why don't you do that? This fat son of a bitch gonna sit his punk ass up there talking about he's the president of law and order. Bitch, I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell. If you the president of law and order, why we got people rioting in the streets in the first place? If you got everything under control. Obviously you ain't. Obviously you not. President of law and order. I'm gonna play that clip for you motherfuckers. All right? Listen. I'm gonna play the clip. I want y'all to hear what y'all punk ass president just said. I don't fuck with him like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fuck with people who fuck with him like that, just so we clear. All right? You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden is not the person that I would like to be the president, that I would like to have been the Democratic nominee for president. Okay? All right? But guess what? When I step my ass in that booth, it's going to be two names. It's going to be Donald Trump and whoever the fuck that is. And guess who I'm clicking? Whoever the fuck that is. I really didn't even give a fuck who won on that side. I just know who I'm not voting for. It's this motherfucker right here.
My fellow Americans, my first and highest duty as president is to defend our great country and the American people. I swore an oath to uphold the laws of our nation, and that is exactly what I will do. All Americans were rightly sickened and revolted by the brutal death of George Floyd. My administration is fully committed that for George and his family, justice will be served. He will not have died in vain.
Okay.
But we cannot allow the righteous cries and peaceful protesters to be drowned out by an angry mob. The biggest victims of the rioting are peace-loving citizens in our poorest communities. And as their president, I will fight to keep them safe. I will fight to protect you.
Like you kept Breonna Taylor safe.
I am your president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters. But in recent days, our nation has been gripped by professional anarchists, violent mobs, arsonists, looters, criminals, rioters, Antifa, and others. A number of state and local governments have failed to take necessary action to safeguard their residents. Innocent people have been savagely beaten, like the young man in Dallas, Texas, who was left dying on the street, or the woman in upstate New York viciously attacked by dangerous thugs.
Like the thugs that killed George.
Small business owners have seen their dreams utterly destroyed. New York's finest have been hit in the face with bricks.
They deserved it.
Brave nurses who have battled the virus are afraid to leave their homes.
Breonna Taylor was in her house and she was an EMT, you fuck!
Has been overrun. Here in the nation's capital, the Lincoln Memorial and the World War II Memorial have been vandalized. One of our most historic churches was set ablaze. A federal officer in California, an African-American enforcement hero, was shot and killed.
Ooh.
These are not acts of peaceful protest. These are acts of domestic terror.
Stop right motherfucking there, you son of a bitch.
Spilling of innocent blood.
Listen, that's where fam. I literally wish it was a fucking sniper somewhere in that fucking shit. Just JFK'd his ass right there. You know what I'm saying? Right fucking there. Right. That part right there. Pisses me off so bad. Listen, everything that he's describing is the exact same shit that is happening to black people by the police, which is why all of this shit is happening. Listen, everything he's describing, domestic terrorism. You calling these people down there domestic terrorists? Motherfucker, y'all ain't even designated the KKK a domestic terrorist group yet. Domestic. What? You know the Ku Klux Klan? It has not been designated as a domestic terrorist group. And this motherfucker had the nerve to refer to people down there protesting as domestic fucking terrorists. Like, bruh, everything he just said describes the police and the way they've been historically, since this country started, have handled people of color. Everything. He just described how I feel about the police. He just described how the police do what they do and the reason why we all in this shit right now. The protesters are domestic terrorists. I just had to cut him off at that. And after that, that's when he went on ahead and he went over there for his photo op at that church. Had a Bible and everything. He was at his Bible looking all them. Shove it up your ass, bitch. The Bible. Shove it up your ass, Trump. Literally. Are you fucking kidding me? He says he's the president of law and order. And he made those cops tear gas those people who weren't even doing anything just so he could walk out of the Rose Garden and walk over there for that photo op. He made them shoot people with rubber bullets and tear gas so he could walk out the Rose Garden, walk over in front of that church, take his little pictures and shit with that little Bible and walk off. That's what he did. That just happened like right before I went live. I was late starting the show because I just had to get that clip. That's why I couldn't even get my Killer Mike clip loaded up because I just had to get that shit that he just. I can't believe you're right. I can believe the nuts on him because he's a dick. All right, so all things being equal, it's par for the course for him. But just listen to what he said, fam. The man ain't addressed not one time, one single fucking law he plans on enacting in that speech at all. I could have let it keep going, but I just couldn't take it no more. I could have let it play for the whole, I think it's like a 3-minute clip. I let it play for like a minute and 40 seconds. I couldn't take it no more. But he was up there for about 3-4 minutes. Not one time did he mention the laws that he are about to change the executive order that he about to give that will stop police from being able to murder people with impunity. Not one time. Not one time. Okay.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K100, you bastards!
347-934-0966. That's the number to dial into the show. Did anybody call my phone line? I don't know. 347-934-0966. If you got an opinion about any of this, I'd like to hear from you. Because I want you to call in because, of course, Points of View is a podcast as well. All right? So we want to make sure that when people are just listening to our podcast, they don't just hear me. I want you to call into the phone line and tell people whether you agree with me or not. You can disagree with me. I'll let you talk. Now, if I don't agree with you, I'm going to let you know on the air. You got to know that. It's part of the show. But you don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. I like to hear from people who don't agree with me, honestly, more than people who agree with me. And it makes the show more interesting. I want to hear from the person who thinks Donald Trump is doing a great job, that he's the president of law and order, and we should all be voting for him in November. Can you get that motherfucker to call the phone, please? I don't personally know people like that. I don't hang with people like that. So in my circle of people, that call is going to be hard to come by on K100 Radio. I talk so much shit about him. People who really like him don't be friends with me. They can't take it. Because I'm relentless about certain stuff like that. But I'd like to know. You feel like he's doing a great job? By all fucking means, call into this show right now. I'd love to hear from you. 347-934-0966. That shit is pinned on that fucking wall. It's on the fucking live stream. I'm saying it over the air. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, black people also, who feel like now's the time to bring up black on black crime. I want to hear from y'all. Now I know some of y'all in my network. Motherfucker was on the fucking live stream a minute ago. Where y'all at? Let the rest of these people know. Convince the rest of these people that Blizzum is tripping. That the rioters ain't got no business down there doing none of that shit. Convince me to forget about the reason that they all down there and focus on what they doing. Convince me. Please. 347-934-0966. The Instagram live stream is finna start over. It's giving me the countdown. So when it starts, so it's 9 o'clock. We 1 hour into the show. The Instagram live stream will start over. I'll start it right back up. I want you to logically. Tip had a good call. She had some valid points. But ultimately, I don't believe it's a conspiracy, Tip. This just is America. It's just plain and simple. I'm gonna come right back on Instagram live. All right. It says a live video ended. All right. I'm gonna come right back over there. Area code 347-934-0966. That's the number to dial into the show. 347-934-0966. That is the number to dial into the show. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get I got a caller. Real quick. Hold on a second. Area code 407-595. What up? Who's this?
What up, Blizzum? This Reese Cup.
Oh, Reese Cup. What's happening? What's good with you?
What's good with you?
I'm great, man. Thank you for calling in. What you feel? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm just listening to you because, you've been hitting them points. You know what I'm saying? And I must agree with you just about on everything. Like, this is, some executive orders need to be made in the right direction, not over some dumb shit.
Yeah. Why? Because everybody has all these governors and all these people. They have all this time and all this, especially Trump. He's like, I'm going to do this. But maybe I've been watching the news like nonstop. I've been on social media nonstop. I got kicked off my main page and everything. I'm still right back on here. Listen, trying to find. Yeah. I'm waiting for Keisha Bottoms. I'm waiting for anybody to tell me the actual action they're taking to actually change the real problem of why all of this is happening, which is police brutality. All right. Have you heard anybody give an executive order on that note? Is what I'm asking.
No, and here's the deal. We won't hear it publicly ever. It is discussed amongst the police population and in their jobs and in their morning and afternoon meetings and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this, it's never enforced. They talk about it, you guys got to do this, you got to do that. But at the end of the day, stuff happens because people in leadership don't enforce what it's a buddy system. I'm gonna protect you, even though I think you're wrong, because we work at the same company. You know what I'm saying? We do the same line of work, but I don't agree with it. But I don't have to enforce it, because if my boss ain't gonna make me enforce it, then I ain't gotta enforce it.
So are you a good cop if you think that way? Are you a good cop?
I don't think so, no. I feel like at the end of the day, whether it's a cop or a non-cop, wrong is wrong. And, I'm glad that I've seen a lot of police actually standing up and saying that was wrong.
Right.
And they've even talked, and for them to even call them out, say, you need to turn your badge in because that was wrong. Even with the Breonna Taylor and the Ahmaud Arbery, like, all that was wrong. Hell, even if you go back, what was it, last year when the young man was sitting in his house eating ice cream and a police officer came in his house and shot him in his house?
Yeah. And the young lady out in Texas, they did that too. The young lady in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, here's the Reese
so,
Cup. That's the point.
And she would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. This is the point. Everybody, hold on, Reese Cup. I'm gonna leave your line open. The point I need everybody to understand is the underlying problem of police brutality. Police have too much power. It is so simple. Like for me, bruh, it's like, listen, it's like basic toddler arithmetic for me. It's not even third grade math. You know what I'm saying? It's pre-K. It's you got one, all right, you add another one. How much you got? 2, motherfucker. All right, it's that simple. Listen, we've got to change the laws. We've got to stop making it legal for cops to use deadly force when we know fucking well they have no business doing it. It's so, and people are gonna say, you're putting the cops' lives in danger. Last time I checked, you didn't get drafted to be a cop. You fucking went down there and signed up for it. Am I right or wrong, Reese Cup? Or did I miss that? Nobody got drafted to be a cop?
You're absolutely right. Like, police, this is something that you sign up for. You sign up to protect and to serve. That's period, point blank, what you sign up to do. And it seems it's always one-sided. Even when you were talking about calling them domestic terrorists and all that.
Yeah.
Mass shooters. We've had how many mass shootings? And none of those shooters have been treated the way that they've treated an unarmed black person, period. Exactly. And I'm speaking from experience. I was involved in a mass shooting. So to come from that and now to see it as far as this side of things, it's like, it really is eye-opening to see how they can take down a mass shooter. But it's eye-opening to see even more, how do you take down someone who's not even a threat to you without a gun?
Right. Speaking of that.
And you apprehend these people that came in and shot 75, 80 people, 50 people, 49 people. You apprehend them.
And give them Burger
safely,
King.
give them water, feed them.
Give them Burger King. Burger King.
Dead on the street like a dog.
Listen, they gave that white boy Dylan Roof that shot that church up in Carolina some fucking Burger King.
Yeah.
Burger King. They did that. We ain't making that up. But hold on. Did you see? I'm gonna play the clip real quick. If you guys are watching on the for everybody that may be watching on the YouTube channel, I'm gonna show you again. Here's everybody just needs to wrap their head around what the core issue is. The core issue here is police brutality. The police have too much power. You've gotta cut down on the power the police have. All right? You've gotta cut down on the power the police have. You've got to be able, listen, you shouldn't even be able to carry your firearm on regular ass traffic duty shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because in order for you to be able to pull that gun, you got to call your supervisor first. Period. Period. And now, if that scares you, okay, pussy, don't be a cop. All right? Don't be a cop. Don't be a cop if you scared to walk up on somebody and address them in a certain way without having to escalate the situation, because they have. You can start right there. You got to cut way down on what can be used as lethal force. That can be the stroke of a pen.
Right.
That's the stroke of a pen. You don't need an act of Congress to change that. This ain't even like a bill that you got to pass. You feel what I'm saying? You can just mandate this shit.
Yeah.
Just call all these governors, call all these police captains and say, listen, if anybody in your force get caught with their body cam off, first of all, everybody got them. If you don't got them, if it's turned off, you fired. First time, you get suspended for 30 days, no pay. Second time, 60 days, no pay. Third time, your body cam got caught with your body cam off, you fired. Secondly, all right, before you draw your firearm on somebody, you need to check in with a lieutenant. And then guess what? That lieutenant, he ain't a regular cop. That lieutenant that you got to call, that sergeant, whoever you got to call, they got a college degree in criminal justice, motherfucker. They got a college degree in criminal justice. They went to college in order to have the position to be able to make a decision to tell you, yeah, you can pull that gun. You got to call your supervisor. He got to authorize it. And that body cam got to be on. And you got to have 2 other cops there with their body cams on. Or you can't pull the gun.
Let me ask you this. How would you feel as far as, I think a lot of it comes down to the wrong police in the wrong neighborhood. Yeah. I feel a lot of things could be avoided if you put the right police in those communities. Police officers that's from that community that know how to handle their own people. Because if you really look at it, if you go down to little Haiti, little Chinatown, little Korea, little all this, majority of their officers and everything that deal with them is their own people.
Here's the thing about that Reese Cup, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So let's go ahead and play the clip about what happened. Let's talk about the 2 black Atlanta cops that got fired, that just lost their job today. Let's talk about these 2 guys. All right. So if it was that simple, then guess what? This right here wouldn't have happened right here. Check this out. Check this video out. So now, yeah, I'm just gonna let that keep playing. All right, so listen. All right. Now what you did, if you guys are listening on Instagram, you couldn't see it. R&B. But if you're on our YouTube channel, if you're watching this right now, you just saw 2 black cops, and Reese Cup is still on the line. She just said, why don't we police our own? That was 2 black kids, college kids, that was downtown. These 2 goddamn black cops just tased these 2 kids, all right? And they just got their ass fired. So it ain't that simple, Reese Cup. You can't leave it up to these motherfuckers. It's that you can't leave it up to them. I don't give a damn where you put them at. I don't give a damn what hood they from. I don't give a shit. You can't leave it up to the cops. Take lethal force out their hands. You gotta take it out their hands. You gotta take that shit out their hand. You can't allow them to do it because humans are too fickle. You feel what I'm saying? People got tempers. A lot of these people become cops because they was bullied in school. It's some good cops, but it's enough human beings that are bad people that you just cannot authorize them to kill your citizens. I mean, frankly, man, if it ain't war, if we ain't talking about our military going to war, and honestly, a lot of our wars are bullshit too. We over there killing whole fucking villages full of kids and people with drones and shit. Like they fucking dogs.
For money and oil.
Yeah. All right. So it's just the American way. All right. It's just the America is fucked up. America.
And you're absolutely right. I believe we do give the police too much power, but I also believe that it's less, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen because they do have a lot of power, police, and I think they have too much. But I feel the probability of had an officer or officers kind of police their own community, the probability comes down a little bit lower. I feel, I'm not saying all cops, I'm saying that incident last night that happened, and I saw that incident when it happened in Atlanta as well. But I'm also glad that Keisha jumped on it very quickly and did her part. But all I'm saying is that probability of us seeing that as much as we see a white on black crime is lowered. That's all I'm saying as far as that. All cops, you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that. They have too much power.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of it lies. Yeah. But the probability comes down lower when you have people who are familiar with the area, the people, and the climate of that community. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, no, I understand. Listen,
But
that's a good step. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. We should. That'll help. All right, that'll help because just like for instance, if you're an APD cop, you probably don't make enough money to actually live in Midtown. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I mean? Because they gentrifying all that shit. So you definitely can't live downtown on a cop salary unless you're dirty. You know what I mean? Or you doing some moonlighting or whatever you call it. But listen, I'm in agreement with you that it would be better if people who were from the neighborhood or whatever did police the neighborhoods. But again, we still can't leave it up to chance. We have to fundamentally tear down the justice. And I don't even have time. Here's one more thing, and I'm gonna leave you with this, Reese Cup. Here's one more thing. Okay. We don't even have time on a 2-hour show. We can. I'm gonna spend these 2 hours just talking about cops. I don't even have time to break down what happens next with the actual criminal justice system. The reason why we gotta attack the cops, and then we gotta attack the criminal justice system. The DAs, the judges, the prison industrial complex, all of this shit. All right? All of this stuff is tied together. All of this is tied into the racist underbelly of the United States of America. And ain't no fucking way around it. It just ain't no way around it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And it's so money driven as well, which is the sad part about it. And it says money is the root of all evil. And if you really look at it, money, people go to jail, the jails get paid, they have to have police officers and all those type of people working in the jail system. You have to have all that. So it's money. And the government gets paid off of how many, it's money. And they will fund jail systems and police departments and all of that based on the need because it's so many people in jail here. Yeah. It comes back just to the root of evil, which is just money. And we have a president who is driven by what? Money. So there's the whole problem in itself.
Definitely not his fucking conscience. Not his conscience. He's definitely not driven by his conscience.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to me, Bliss. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you for calling. K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio.
So,
hip hop and R&B.
Here again. See, there's all kind of collateral damage. Just like the president tried to make it seem like, oh, that young African-American policeman that got killed up there, he was a great soldier, and the person that got beat up, and all these people that he named, all these little scenarios, all these little scenarios and all these little incidents that he named, that he said is the reason why he's now, the president of law and order. What he fails to understand is that cop, that black cop will be alive. That guy wouldn't have got his ass beat. That person store wouldn't have got burnt the fuck down. None of that would have ever happened if you sons of bitches in power just do the right thing and fix this corrupt racist system. But you can't when you a corrupt racist motherfucker yourself. Can you really fix it? Can you really fix it if you yourself is a corrupt racist motherfucker? How can you? How can you? More collateral damage.
K100, you bastards.
Speaking of collateral damage, all right, another person, and the list of people that keeps dying and the money that people keep losing because of what the police have done, all of this is the police's fault. Everything that we're seeing is the police's fault. One more story about collateral damage. I think it's up in Louisville. This guy, this barbecue guy, he owns a barbecue store. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. The National Guard, some kind of way, get into a shootout with somebody or something up there. Guy gets killed. Everybody loves the guy. Everybody's so upset. Governor done stepped in, fired the cop. Why is the National Guard in Louisville right now? This guy, I'm just going to play this story. This guy, I'm going to play you this story. This guy will be alive right fucking now if that cop hadn't killed George Floyd. See this? Everybody keeps trying to tell me about all the looters and everything that's happening because of the riots. No. This is the police fault. All this shit is the police fault, and it's the fault of the people that are in charge of drafting laws who allow them to do what they do. It's your fault. All that blood is on your hands. Again, they don't have a conscience, so they don't really give a shit, obviously. If they cared, they would have stopped it before now. So it's kind of a hard time trying to convince me they fucking care. They don't. And that's obvious. But let's just play this one last clip. More collateral damage from police brutality. Because all of this is the result of police brutality. Make no mistake.
A lot of reactions coming in. That's where we stand here at 4 o'clock tonight. The shooting of a man who was known to feed people barbecue for free, including police officers in West Louisville, has rocked our community. Hello, everyone. I'm Doug Proffitt. Here's what we know. Last night, just after midnight, barbecue business owner David McAtee was with a group of people outside his business at 26th and Broadway, Dino's, outside a business there, when police and Kentucky National Guardsmen approached. In the video we're about to show you, recorded by Chris Smith, you will see the police attempting to break up the large crowd. One shot is fired. The chief says that came from somewhere in the crowd. Then the governor says both LMPD and the National Guard opened fire.
Go! Give me the car. So I got my keys. Okay, you go. I follow you yesterday. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Look, y'all got their guns out. Shots fired. Shots fired.
He's dead now.
That's the video from Chris Smith there recorded. As you see, police were asking people to leave, and as Chris Smith was saying on his own video, they were going to leave. In fact, he was on his way out. Governor Beshear says there are multiple videos from body cameras of the shooting, and he was told by Fisher to make the video available to the public so they can see whether there's justification or not.
Sorry, no.
You
no.
tuned to K100 Radio.
Yeah, see, they said at first it was multiple body cams. That's what they said when that story, right? When they recorded that particular news clip, at that show, at that time, yeah, they thought Buddy had his body cam turned off. Got fired for that, by the way. Yeah. But why was the National Guard and the State Patrol even there? Why were they on that guy's block? First of all, the guy wasn't even himself protesting. You feel me? The guy himself wasn't even protesting. He's an innocent guy. He used to actually give cops food for free that patrolled his community. He didn't even hate cops like I hate cops. He's dead though because of the acts of another cop way over in Minneapolis who started all this. By the way, I'm gonna keep reminding you that. I'm gonna keep drilling that shit in your head so you don't lose sight of why the fuck I'm even doing this show right now today. Why that guy's dead. While people are losing their businesses, other people are losing their jobs because people have burnt their fucking business down. All of this shit is happening because of police brutality and our government and our racist ass goddamn judicial system allowing these motherfuckers to get away with it. That's why he's dead. Guy in Louisville, nice guy. Barbecue store, used to give the cops down there free food. The irony of it. The irony of the fact that he used to give cops food for free. His life, he's dead now because of the acts of another cop. A couple states away. But all this shit is the result of George Floyd being choked to fucking death with the motherfucking cop knee. That's why we here. Don't you gonna try to tell me that's why we not? That's not. Anybody want to call 347-934-0966 and try to argue with me that that's not why the fuck everything is going on? The police ain't the fault. Whose fault is it? You tell me. I forgot to put the number back over here. Hold on. 347. All right. I'll put the number back over here. Y'all call me and tell me right now who fucking fault is it? If we not here right now because of this racist ass country and these goddamn fucking policemen, you tell me right now why everybody riding, why that guy is dead. You tell me. Give me the other cause and effect. What was the reason? You can't tell me that he'd be alive if people would have took their ass home and went down there acting a fool riding. Because you got to start with why the fuck they was acting a fool riding. You can't just skip over that. You don't get to do that shit with me. None of you. None of you other black people, none of these fucking politicians, none of you motherfuckers get to skip over the actual root cause of everything. Root cause analysis. What is the root of the problem? What is the issue that started the rest of this shit? Root cause analysis, what's at the core of it? America racist as fuck and police got too much power. That's what. And until that changes, guess what? We're going to have some more riots. Last night, just so happens that I ended up watching Straight Outta Compton. And I was just chilling, and I was just like sitting around. I was like, man, looking at all this bullshit go down because of these cops, because of what they did. And I had been watching the news all day, gearing up, trying to just get stuff together. I had stepped out a little bit with me and my wife. We went actually downtown Atlanta somewhere, which wasn't bad. It really wasn't. And I came back, and I was just sitting down. I was watching a couple of news clips, and I started watching Straight Outta Compton, right? A biopic. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. You know what I'm saying? If you're into hip hop, which you might be because you're over here on K100 Radio. So Straight Outta Compton came on, and the Rodney King. I didn't forget. I just hadn't watched Straight Outta Compton in a long time. It's been like since when it first came out. So I hadn't watched it. You know what I'm saying? And it came on. And I just got sucked. I got sucked into it because I didn't catch it when it first came on. The scene that came on when I turned to it, it was the scene where the cop was fucking with him outside the studio. That's why I came in at. When they had just got on with Jerry and all that, and they had him on the ground, and the fucking punk ass black cop was fucking with him, trying to show off his nuts for the other white cop. That's why I started the show. At that moment, I just couldn't turn the channel because it just put me in the mood. I sat there and I watched the rest of Straight Outta Compton, and then they had the Rodney King beat. How important the Rodney King incident was to shaping what became NWA. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why Fuck the Police was a huge record back when they came out, and right now you could play it right now today, and it literally has a ton of relevance. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Huh? You can play Fuck the Police by NWA right now. You can play Fight the Power by Public Enemy right now. These songs over 20-something fucking years old. And it'll sound like, nigga, did they just write that today? They just write that? That's how we stuck. So why the fuck y'all think we ain't gonna have no more riots? We're gonna have more riots, more innocent people gonna get killed. Guys like the guy that owned the barbecue stand. Guys like that one cop that Trump tried to break up, or that one business owner that got jumped. All of them, none of that shit wouldn't happen. We're gonna have more businesses get burnt the fuck down. And guess what? Why? Root cause analysis, fam. Root cause. You don't get to come over here and make me skip over the root cause with all your other flailings and all your other fucking rant. I don't give a look. My rant is going to always be about the root cause of what is happening, and the root cause has to be fixed. I'm not here to fucking debate with you about protesters. The protesters aren't the root cause. So you can do what Trump doing right now. Pull some tanks out, get some people with some guns, tell them to go home, lock them up. You can do all that. You still ain't fixed the root cause, you dipshit. So it's gonna happen again. Hopefully your fat ass ain't president when it happened. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping. Hopefully. But it's gonna happen again. It could be Biden. I don't give a fuck who in there. All this shit can take off again. Shit took off when Obama was the president too, by the way. Y'all forgot? Yeah. Remember Baltimore? Freddie Gray? Yeah. Obama didn't fix the root cause. I voted for him. Still didn't fix the root cause. Tried, didn't fix it. So, he failed on that end too. And I voted for him. Still failed. Still failed to fix the root cause. Sorry. I like the dude. He's definitely a better president than this fucking moron that we have in the office right now. And that's not even fucking debatable. He wasn't perfect though. But he better than this motherfucker. And that shit ain't even close. Fucking Bush. I can't even fucking believe at this point in my lifetime, I never would have thought that I would ever be able to say Bush was a better president than and actually be able to realistically finish that fucking sentence. You feel what I'm saying? And literally mean it. Like I literally never would have thought living through the Bush years that I would actually be able to say, shit, Bush was bad, but he wasn't as bad as, and motherfucker, in my lifetime, a son of a bitch. Here I am in 2020, literally able to say, Bush was bad, but this motherfucker is worse. I never would have thought you could get worse than Bush. I was wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying? Unfucking believable, fam. Unbelievable that I even get to say that and really mean it. That's crazy to me. It's crazy. Solo Cartel's talking about when he just he's talking about when he's holding the Bible. I talked about that earlier, fam. That little display that he put on earlier about him being the president of law and order. Yeah, okay. K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
All things being equal, I'm getting ready to wrap it up. If I've said what I gotta say. I had the phone lines open. I had me 2 good calls. Thanks to my callers that called in, 347-934-0966. You can call in if you want to right now. If you call in right now, I'll put you on the air. But I can't be persuaded to ignore the root cause. Please don't try and call in here and do that. I can't be persuaded to ignore the root cause. I can't do it, bro. The root cause of everything is racism and police brutality. That's why that guy's dead, man. Nice guy over there with his barbecue. He's dead. Dead. Because some cop in Minneapolis at the wrong time decided he want to kill a motherfucker today. Just put his hands in his pocket and I think I'm gonna fucking keep my foot on this motherfucking neck until he fucking passes out. Well, that shit started something, didn't it?
K100, you bastards!
Well, here we are. So, to the protesters, salute to you. To the people who are rioting and looting and taking advantage of it. Yeah, you're wrong, but you're just taking advantage of an opportunity afforded to you by the police and this corrupt system. So, what can I say? I used to sell drugs. So there's that part. Who am I to? What am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I? And sit up here and judge somebody protesting. Sell dope. So maybe my background, maybe what I've been through in life, maybe that's why I'm not really overly concerned with any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm sorry. I'm an ex-drug dealer. Yeah. So I don't look at crime the same way maybe you do. But what I do know is that even with them doing that, even though it's wrong, they would not be in a position to even do it if that cop hadn't killed George Floyd. It was the tipping point. We was already right there, though. We was right there. Ahmaud Arbery had niggas walking down in the middle of the goddamn Brunswick neighborhood, white folks' neighborhood, with choppers. We was already there. Yeah. Shout out to my girl Sharp Bates and them. Pulled up in them white folks' neighborhood with AR-15s and AK-47s, walking down their street. We was already there. And then you decided to kill George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor got murdered. Those cops didn't get arrested. They just, poof, just took that little spark, set her down there by a puddle of gas, fucking around with the fuck arounds, boom. Now shit getting burnt down. Now you're crying. Now you're the president of Law and Order. Now you take a picture with Bibles in front of churches. Man, if you don't get your shut the fuck up. Fuck out of here, man. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Anyway, I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. K100 Radio, of course, you know, we're a subsidiary of Chainless Entertainment. Like I told you guys, I thank you guys for being able to jump on the live stream with Instagram. But unfortunately, we're going to have to abandon doing the live streams, especially for Ill or Kill on the Instagram live feed because Instagram has cracked down on us being able to play music, not just us, but everybody. Basically, you can't play nothing but 90 seconds of music no more, period. Like, you can't let music play for 90 seconds, and that's it. And last week, they were sending me warning after warning, and they sent me a little message in my inbox warning me, we're going to have to remove you. I can do these talk shows. I may still go live when I do points of view and direct line interviews, maybe. But Ill or Kill can't be conducted on Facebook and Instagram no more. So, we've got this nice little live stream up over there on our YouTube channel that looks just like our Facebook. It's just, you guys got to go over there and rock with that. You got to subscribe to the K100 Radio page, to the K100 Radio channel on YouTube, and you guys just got to go over there with us for Ill or Kill. It is what it is. I can't do it on Facebook and Instagram anymore. I can't conduct the show with warnings popping up every 3 seconds and then my live shutting down and all this. I can't deal with all that. YouTube over there is good. It looks good. It's crisp. Everything is on deck. So please join us over there on YouTube. I appreciate you guys for rocking with us over here at K100 Radio. This was Points of View. If you missed any parts of this particular show, just remember you can catch the replay over there on the YouTube page. You can also catch it on our Spotify podcast. All right. We are I'm a frank, uncensored kind of host when I do these Points of View segments. So it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the kids. All right. So, you know. Oh, yeah. Allow them to run the ads. Yeah. And monetize it. Yeah. On top of that. You know what I'm saying? But I was talking to Solo Cartel over there on Instagram. But be that. I just don't even want to deal with it, Solo Cartel. Honestly, fam, I'm just sick of them. Honestly, I'd rather honestly, fam, I'd rather get off all of it and actually get you to come to K100radio.com and get all those and get all that traffic. But that's asking a lot from you people. That's asking a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's asking a lot for people to follow us to YouTube from Instagram and Facebook. We're gonna lose a lot of views on those segments doing that, but it's just got to be done. It's got to be done. So, but anyway, thank you guys for checking out Points of View. Our website K100radio.com. Please subscribe to our mailing list so you can get our email blast and stuff like that. Information that we put on there. We got a couple of more things that we had a lot that was going to be going on this summer, but some of it is trying to, some of it was starting to come back together. We were kind of gearing back up to get set back on some stuff we was trying to do before everything happened with the virus. But now we got virus and now we got riots. And I don't even know what's going to happen because all these people down there riding together, sweating, talking, doing all that shit. So I don't even know. We already got 100,000 people dead. I guess we might go ahead and knock out another 100,000. Hope it ain't nobody that you know, because everybody think it's a game. Hope it ain't nobody that you know. I personally know one person that died from it, and I know about 6 other people by way of other people that died from COVID-19. So for me, it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. You know what I mean? And I know one person who was really sick, but he made it through. I know 3 people in the industry, music industry, that I follow and watch that actually got really sick, but made it through. So, you know, it's not a game to me. If you believe whatever conspiracy theory you want to believe about how it came about or the numbers or whatever, I actually know real people who died from it, fam. So there's that. So I don't know what's going to happen after all these riots and all this stuff goes down. Will we have a surge in cases or what? But we'll be here. I'll be here. I'll still be doing K1's radio. We'll still be doing Illa Kill. We just going to move the platform. All right. So, you know, just check us out over there on YouTube if you can, especially for Illa Kill, because that's the only way this is going to be able to continue, and it's the only way it's going to be able to work. And I appreciate you guys. All right, this is K1's Radio again. I'm your host Blizzum, and we out. This is Points of View.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
K100, you bastards!
You know how we get down.
The biggest hits right here.
Okay, let's get it, boy.
Get 'em up! This is K100 Radio with the hottest hip hop and R&B mixes.